So we exist in a culture that forces us into a non-stop race. We are trained to obsess over the horizon, hunt down the next achievement, and define our value entirely by the output. But in this frantic hurry to reach the next destination, we completely lose touch with the space we occupy right now. We forget how to tune into our bodies, untangle our hidden emotional blocks, and truly plant our feet in the present. This is why we created Finding a Type. This isn't a platform for the grind, it's a village. It's a quiet haven where you can drop the pace, leave the outside noise at the door, and just come back to yourself. Today, we are joined by Anisha, someone who beautifully masters the art of staying grounded, healing from within, and steadying people when life feels completely overwhelmed. Anisha, I am so deeply thankful to share this space with you. Thank you for stepping into our circle, bringing your incredible energy to this dialogue, and helping our community expand. How are you holding up today?
Thank you. Thank you so much for introducing me. So today I feel a bit of Monday blues because it's a Monday and we again had to get back to work after a long weekend. The weekend went in just seconds and again we had to start working. So yeah, morning I had a bit of Monday blues, but now I feel fine. I feel happy and I'm very much looking forward to this podcast and share my thoughts, my views, and have a good discussion.
Amazing, that's great. So, to kick off our session, Anisha, like who is the real person behind the title when you finally go home, close the door, and take off the strong leader mask at the end of the day?
Yeah, so that Anisha is something who's nonchalant, I would like how Gen Z termed them to be. So this Anisha is someone who enjoys little things, has fun in small things, loves doing art and craft, or loves reading or spending time with herself. She is someone who do more of craft or like engaging herself into something that is more of mindful and more of relaxing. Apart from being that leader or apart from being that responsible person when she is outside that four walls of her house.
Yeah, so you can be the real you and not just like the professional person you are at work and all.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I am just more relaxed and more calm. And I am like it's me who is Anisha. Like how me and how people around me describe me is jack of all trades, master of none. So I am that Anisha when it comes to someone who is not at work, who is not a responsible person taking care of others' mental health and being a psychologist.
Like you can be the real you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when everyone around you like is playing political games and mind games and looking out just for themselves, how do you protect your own mind and figure out like who you actually trust?
Yeah, so first of all, it really hurts us that we are not given that much priority and that much consideration how we would give our best for someone else or put themselves first than us. So in that situation, while it does hurt me, but then as a human, I also understand maybe they might have some other reasons to choose themselves first and then making them a priority. So as a professional also and as an individual also, being an empathetic person, so I think from that perspective and I be an understanding person. And at the end, I think I choose myself over everyone, where I realize that at the end it's me who is going to be there for myself. So I need to work on myself. I need to think how it can be done well for me. So maybe society is important. Social support is something that is important for us. But it's not always like that they are going to be there for us every time. At the end, it's just us and our own self. So at that point, I think that working on self is very important and working on my abilities and making myself comfortable with myself is something that's a priority. So I don't feel hurt when someone is giving themselves a priority and not me a priority. because that is important for everyone that they choose themselves and give themselves a priority at the first place. Yeah,
So you choose to trust yourself rather than like depending on others.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's amazing. So, like, what do you do when your brain like completely freezes from deep stress, and once you realize that a simple weekend off or a vacation like isn't really going to fix it?
So, in my profession, I think being a psychologist, being a mental health professional, this is something very common. Burnout is common, and feeling exhausted after an entire week of sessions, workshops, training programs. So, I don't find myself very much like happy after I take a week off, also. Or maybe I go out in the nature, or maybe like a mini vacation. So during those times, I take time out for myself. I do more of physical activity because I see that somewhere when I'm not doing much of like physical activity, like workout or let's say eating healthy. So that is why maybe I might be feeling that exhaustion more because I'm not taking care of myself and my body is not giving me how much it has the caliber to. So I do that. And then, like I said, I am a person who likes exploring, who likes doing everything. So I get into pottery, I get into art therapy, I get into drawing, or like maybe I might go out and like do hiking or go on a nature walk. So like I do multiple of small things that might help me find out a way to deal with that stress or deal with that exhaustion. And yes, sometimes I feel that maybe when my sleep is not proper, I'm not getting proper 8 hours or 7 hours of sleep. That's when my body is giving up by the end of the week. So I make sure that I take ample amount of time to sleep also in the weekend. Because it is a very common misconception around people that resting is something not right. You shouldn't be resting. You shouldn't take off. You shouldn't take a pause from the hectic schedule. It means you are being unproductive. So that misconception is something that I have worked hard on myself to break because I was also a person who used to work 24/7 entire week. And that's when I realized no, it's okay to take a pause. It's okay to rest because your body also needs to like get back to the same level. So that's how like I work out on those parts where burnout happens or stress is at the peak. Yeah,
Yeah, it's very important to take care of ourselves because we only get one body work, so we can do.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so since you work with many people, so like what do you think the companies why do they still treat their employees' feelings and mental health like a side issue instead of understanding that it's the most important part of their system?
Yeah, so it is very common nowadays that mental health has just started to be given that importance that it should have been given 20 years back. So, like how people give importance to physical health, mental health is still not given that much priority. Somewhere, I think post COVID, when during COVID people suffered from a lot of mental health issues, when people came out and spoke about it very openly, I guess people became aware that okay, mental health is also something that's a part of our health. So health does not only imply with the physical health. Health also means your mental health, your spiritual health, right? Your wealth. So everything concises of the definition of health. So it is post COVID, like I think mental health has gained that much of importance and priority. And being a psychologist, being in this profession of a mental health professional, I feel that there is a growth. There, the growth is very slow, but how it is outside and abroad in other countries, how mental health is given a priority. Maybe in India it might take some time, but it will slowly come up. So in like 5 years, there has been progress. People have at least started talking about it, and like they have started to seek therapy if they think okay, this is something they can't deal with. So that has happened. So in corporate sector also, I think slowly it will come in. Like I see many people working in corporate sector as psychologists, or what we say is that EAP practitioner, which is employee assistance professionals, right? So they are there, they are working hard, they are dealing with small issues like stress management, time management. So I guess with time, a change might come, but then yes, it is a slow process, and I don't think people are actually neglecting mental health to an extent right now. But then they're started to slowly accept it amidst all the stigmas and all the judgments that are there in the society about it. So maybe slowly in the next 10, 12 years, we will see more progress and then more new things coming up. Because Gen Z, Gen Alpha, the new people coming into the employment market, the marketplace, they are openly talking about it right now. How maybe millennials wouldn't have spoken about it so much openly. So they are open about it and they are being very much particular about keeping their sanity at play. So I think there is some progress and it will happen. So maybe we should wait for the progress to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, you are right. Like, even in the corporate, people should think about taking care of themselves and not just like working and all. So, since we're talking about all of this, one very big part of our lives has become AI and technology. So, like, what do you think that
Yeah.
AI can fix business strategies and write code in seconds? But what is that deep human feeling a mentor gives a struggling student that technology can never ever replace?
Yeah, so with the developing technologies, with the coming up of new ways, strategies, AI is definitely taking place. And no matter it can help us create things easily, give us the codes, make emails like drafting emails easy, or even like make PPT for us, right? It has made work easy for us, no matter it has done that. But I think AI can't solely replace us as humans when it comes to showing empathy, showing understanding. Like now, it's very common that people are using ChatGPT as their friend, as their mental health professional, what you say. So they are saying that why to waste 100 or 1500 rupees in a therapy session when you can do that with ChatGPT, right? But then ChatGPT is not gonna give you that level of understanding, that level of problem solving strategies that you as human would like to see. It can give you emotional support, but for a time being. It will again start being the same repetitive thing. It will give you some generic strategies. But as a professional, where we work closely with humans, we don't give them general strategies. We work with them at an individual level. We try to understand them at a deeper level. So that's how we come up with strategies. That's how we work with them. So definitely AI can be used as an important tool, as a assistant tool where it helps us it makes our work more efficient, more organized, I would say. But then it can't solely replace it because ultimately it has programs, it has things that comes from a human brain knowledge only. So it is not something it has evolved from its own. उसकी खुद की creativity नहीं है AI के अंदर. It is something that humans have only put in. So we can't say that AI is gonna fully replace everything. It is not like that. There is going to be a need of human resource also. Because in order for the AI to function well, a human resource will be needed to make it function well, or the programming has to be done in that way. So it is like that. It can give you short term validation, short term emotional regulation activities, short term empathy or understanding, but it can't help you in every sort of crisis. It will be like a normal computer generated source, which will only give you assistance, but it can't be the like only solution you can find it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. AI might sometimes help us, but it can never really replace humans and their mentorship and advices. So
Yeah.
we've spoken a lot about other people and how you help other people, but we call this show Finding a Tribe because everyone needs an older sister or an anchor. So I want to know, like when your world crashes or when you are low, who is that one specific person you run to so you can cry and feel safe or just share your feelings with?
Yeah. So, as a individual, as a person, I I guess I was built in such a manner that opening up to someone was something not very much good, or it wasn't considered to be like a good sign that you are crying in front of someone or you are being emotionally vulnerable. So all my life, I struggled to find that one person I could go, and I tried it from all the sources, maybe from my family, from my siblings, from my friends, or maybe let's say my partner. So I would say it's very important to have a tie in your life, and that is something you need to figure it out individually. So it may be your family member, it may be your mother, your father, or your brother, sister, or maybe your aunt or uncle, anyone, or it could be your neighbor as well, or maybe your friend, a childhood best friend. But for me individually, I think that the tie to myself is it's me. So I am my own regulating body. I have worked on myself to an extent. Maybe my profession has built me up in such a manner, like from the last 7, 8 years, that it has made me realize that maybe not always you might find a social support, or maybe you might not find a person outside who you can run to for help, or like go and get some emotional validation. So it is you who is gonna figure it out in this world. It is your space. You need to find out how to work on. So that is something I do at a surface level and at a broader level also. But yes, I do have friends who are understanding, who take out that Anisha that is in the four walls, apart from that work and responsible one, who takes out the original me, the real me, and who is like a safe space for me. So when I need someone to like help me out with some options or like figure out something when I'm stuck, so it's very clear with them also that okay, Anisha has things figured it out, but then she just needs some emotional validation, so we can be that part. So yeah, there is my sister as well as some of my friends, very close friends of mine. So I reach out to them whenever needed, but mostly it's me and my like I would say I am my own tie here. And yes, it's not necessary you need to have someone outside. You can be your own tie, and maybe you might not figure it out soon, but it's a journey. It's a realization journey, and you will find out your own tie very soon.
That is such a fresh perspective that you can be your own Thai also. I love that. So, like, just what is your rawest, most honest advice to a young professional who feels completely alone, invisible, and trapped in a toxic job right now?
Yeah. So first of all, I would be very empathetic and I would feel sad for this person because they are in a toxic workplace. Now, work is something that is giving them money, that is giving them that luxury, or maybe giving them that financial stability. But an individual also needs to have mental stability and also feel healthy from all the other perspectives, like not only financially, but physically, mentally, spiritually. So in those cases, an individual should first sit and figure it out with themselves. What is that one thing they want right now? Whether they can continue with the same working environment for the next 3 months or next 6 months, and do they have that capacity, that caliber to deal with the toxicity and find out a way to deal with it and work on it. Basically, finding out their coping strategy, because that toxic environment is also something that is going to teach them a lot of things, give them a lot of learnings that will help them in near future. Basically, build them professionally also. But then, if there is someone who feels that no, it is very mentally exhausting for them, then they should take a pause, they should think about it, and they should reconsider that whether that money that they are getting is it replaceable to the sanity that they are losing because of the job. So it is somewhere you need to understand it. It's a self-reflecting thing where you need to see whether you can give up a job for your own mental sanity or not. Because it is not like that your world stops after you are unemployed or you are losing a job. It's not like that. There is always numerous opportunities in the market. There is always a lot of things that you can do. Or maybe that job is a toxic environment for you because you are not finding it your niche. You are not existing with it, or this is something you are not meant for it. So maybe think from that perspective and try to find out what you would like to have from your life. And I guess that would help you understand it better.
Everyone is different and they should pick their field according to what they do best. So,
Yeah.
spending this time with you today has really made me realize how much we sacrifice when we refuse to step off the treadmill. We spend our entire existence chasing the next big goal, treating ourselves like clockwork and ignoring the heavy, unsaid burdens building up beneath the surface. But as Anisha beautifully pointed out, you can't transform a life that you're constantly trying to outrun. Finding your center isn't a reward you have to earn, it's basic survival. You don't need to keep burning yourself out to satisfy a world that is never content. To everyone tuning in, if your thoughts are spinning and you feel entirely detached from your own soul, just pause. Give yourself a moment. Let Anisha's insights be the green light you need to stop, plant your feet, and just exist right where you are standing. Anisha, thank you so much for bringing your healing energy into our circle today. Thank you for your kindness, your undivided presence, and for clearing away the static so we could find our balance again. You didn't just offer advice, you provided a shelter. You truly embody what it means to be a Thai for this community. And to our listeners out there, if this conversation gave you a quiet place to rest today, welcome home, subscribe, pass this along to someone who needs a moment of calm, and we'll connect again soon. Be kind to your soul and welcome to the village.